ever. Give him a big round of applause. See how much work I can avoid doing myself, and that's great. Now, for a projectile weapon thing, I obviously don't have a gun with me today because I'm not really allowed to apply for the license anymore. But I do something very similar to a gun. It's just here, actually, I made it myself. It's what we call a crossbow here. Now I realise that that's very everywhere to Dr. Austin. That's not a crossbow you've there, you know. That's your wee nephew's tennis racket. Now, I mean, obviously it was my wee nephew's tennis racket, but now it's a crossbow. I mean, my wee nephew did try and complain, but I mean, I had a crossbow, didn't I? He's really not very good at running. Not playing football now, are you, son? Brother was furious. Never. And I've only got another volunteer to help me with this one, preferably someone who's got quite good aim. That would be fantastic. Who's going to come out and help us out? What are you? You come out, young chap. What's your name? June? Jude. Jude, give Jude a round of applause. Oh, Jude, if you come up and come round this way, that'd be great. They're a bit younger than my normal students, but I'm sure you'll get on great. So what we need to do first is to pop on these goggles. If you want to pop them off, then do you want to follow me around here, Jude? And maybe stand just about there. And can you hang on to that for 2 seconds? I just need to grab something right there. 2 seconds. Yes, so if you hand me this, if you take this, Jude, and you just balance that right on top of your head, just as still as you can, okay? Just as still as you can. Okay. Jude, is that your brother there? Are they brothers? You have another one. Very carefully. Now this is a great example to use here. It's very simple to operate. You pull it back, you load the chamber, and you fire. So maybe just you can maybe balance it with one finger on top if you're having a bit of bother there. Whatever you do is don't let it slide off, because then I can't guarantee your safety by any respect. Now, so if you just try and stay still as you can, because I'm a bit older and my hands do shake a wee bit. Roller for you there. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3. Jude, I'm only winding you up. I'm not going to shoot an apple off your head here. You take that. You are going to get to fire that today. Now I was just winding you up there, Jude, you see, because I used to do this, you know, when I visited schools. There was an accident in a school in Glasgow. You know what it's like, Jude, don't you? Someone's parents always complain, Dr. Austin, my son can't see out of one eye anymore. He was the under-13 golf champion for like in Cyclops, Jude, ruined the fun for everyone, didn't he? Now, if you follow me this way here, so come around here with me, and here is your station. Is it taller than you? No, but let me this way. If you stand here and face this direction, and here's your little bolts here. Now, let me show you very quickly how your weapon works. If you have a look at this, what you do is don't pull it with one hand or the other hand. You put a finger on either side like this and pull it back. Now, it's a bit like swearing at yourself. That's how I remember it. So that's how you pull it back. Then you place the bolt just here in the chamber and aim and you pull the lead trigger. Okay. Now, obviously, what to do is make sure to see where you put it right there. Okay, so if you put it here, it doesn't really fire. Okay, so always make sure you put it there. So why don't you just now practice this bit, pulling back and firing like that. So you practice that for a few seconds, okay? Now, while he's doing that, I'll get some zombies for him to fight. Now, I've arranged for 3 of them to come along and join us tonight. So they're just here. Here's 2 of them that I'm going to hold in my hands, sort of like so. And then the 3rd and final zombie, I'm just going to wear on top of my head, like this. Now, Judy, you're going to have the time it takes for me to... It wasn't go yet. Don't worry, that was a good shot. that was it, pretty bad. Now you're going to have to, the time it takes for me to get towards you from over here in a zombie-like manner to shoot all 3 of our zombies. Now there's a little bit of marking on his darts. We can see where he manages to hit. And there's only a couple of rules to remember. So rule number 1, as tempting as it might be, don't fire this in the direction of the audience. Rule number 2, don't run around the room, just stay standing where you are. The most important rule, Jude, and it won't get very exciting, and when I get to here, please don't flip that round and smack me in the face. We've done hand to hand, so it's sorted. So you load up your first dart, and I'll get ready over here. Sorry, 2 seconds. Are you ready? Good? Okay. 3, 2, 1, fire! I'm coming to get you, dude! You've just been in the bathroom and stuff. Please, brother, do you want to help? And that was a very good effort. I know it was a child's tennis racket, but it's clearly not a child's crossbow. It's what we're learning here. Now, let's have a look at the shots. So the other ones are a bit trickier to hit, but you managed to hit this one. Look, and this is a fantastic shot. We've gone through here. This has gone into his brain, and this is what we'd call a kill shot. So that's 1 dead, 1 down, and 2 still alive. But a brilliant effort, I thought, as well. So give Judah a big round of applause. Well, don't do the crazy stage dive. That's not recommended. Now, this experiment actually shows us that it's maybe not quite as easy as you might think to pick up a projectile weapon and get the old headshot. Now, it might be easy in computer games, but in real life it's very different because most of us don't really have a lot of experience firing a projectile weapon. So if you do find a gun and some bullets during a zombie outbreak, you can only practice depending on how many bullets you find with it. If you make a crossbow, as I would, you can easily retrieve them out of a tree or of course out of a deceased zombie's head as well. And the other benefit is a thing like a firearm is very loud and will draw the attention of zombies looking for a wee party. Whereas of course a thing like a crossbow is nice and quiet, or as I like to say, silent but violent. I've even got that one on my business cards there. Dr. Austin, silent but violent. It's written silently, obviously. And now this brings us to the end of Module 3. As I say, we're learning a lot about prion diseases all the time, but at the moment we have no successful treatments or cures. So if prion zombies do appear, think carefully about which weapon will work best. Obviously sledgehammer might be a wee bit better than feather duster. Well, unless you're the man operating. Now, most of all, do look at the big picture. Now, Hollywood might have glamorised your sort of looting and random violence during a zombie outbreak, and I don't deny it to be fun to sort of run around chopping off people's heads that you don't like, or maybe that owed you a wee bit of money there. But I mean, you will start to miss the comforts of the modern world. You will have to find a way to cure the zombieism eventually. Now sadly that does bring us to the end of today's lecture. A recap of everything you learned can be found in your course notes, as well as on our website at zombiescience.co.uk. Now on the website you'll find your multiple choice examination that goes along with the lecture you've seen tonight. Pass that and you'll get this fantastic certificate here. And do make sure you do that. I'd like to do as well as my best student. You can see in the photograph there, 100% for name of candidate. Really, it's quite a mind, that name. And of course, you're into the more modern stuff. You can always look us up in the Book of Faces as well. And don't forget, of course, to come and join us again next semester, where we'll be asking the question, zombies already among us? I'll happily answer any questions that you have about zombies, or I should have made that clear, based on earlier on show. Yes, so if you do have any questions about zombies, I'm very happy to answer them for you now. Does anyone have any questions? No, that means I've done a great job. No, any questions? We said a lot of questions last time. No? No questions? it does. Speeds have done a great job. Well, if you do want to learn any more about the science of zombies, you can grab Zombie Science 1Z, the textbook. Unfortunately, they sold out at the earlier on show, but you can still buy them in the Amazon there as well, so do look out for them. But thanks very much for coming along to join us today. I'll be downstairs to say goodbye as you go out. So if you do have any questions, you're maybe too embarrassed to ask in front of other people, maybe they're a bit dirty, something like that, do feel free to come past and ask me then. But thanks very much for coming along, and do check out the rest of the events at Tech Fest this year. Thanks very much. I've been Dr. Austin.